Hey, you guys, it's Marcel here, founder of Team Fit for Life. And I wanted to go over the idea of objections because you're all going to hear them. Even the most successful Beachbody coaches hear objections. And in fact, if you aren't hearing enough objections, you know what that means? You aren't inviting enough, okay? I can't tell you how many no's I hear. A lot. But that's good because even if they say no, they know that I'm out there. I've planted that little seed in their head that I do what I do, that I'm running challenge groups, that I'm always here if they need help, okay? So even if you hear the word no, it's a good thing. That's one more person that knows who you are and what you're doing. But let's talk about those objections that you get, and let's work through some ways that have worked for me on how to hopefully overcome them. So obviously when you hear them, you just want to be like, God, just listen to me, right? Because you have this great solution and you want to share it with them. And you hear excuses like, I can't afford it. I don't have the time. I'm too overweight to work. My knees hurt. I tried it and it didn't work. Whatever that excuse may be, there's a couple of different things that I use that have helped me tremendously. Because what's going to happen here is that you aren't going to be able to force anyone or convince anyone. But there's certain ways to connect with that person that may help them understand the value of what you're offering. One of those is called the feel, felt, found method, okay? So if I have someone say, I just can't afford it, this is my approach. I understand how you feel. I felt the same way when I first bought my challenge pack. I thought it was way too much money to spend at once. But what I found was that the Shakeology was actually replacing a meal at like $4 a shake. I mean, I couldn't find a meal that healthy for $4 anywhere else. And I also found that it really saved me from so much stress of going to the gym. As a busy working mom, I had to take my kids with me to the gym. That was such chaos. So I found that once I had something I could do at home that I could sneak in for 30 minutes a day, it worked so much better for my lifestyle. So as you see, I was able to connect with that person. I told them that I understood how they felt and that I was in their shoes at one point, because our job is definitely to connect with people on a very genuine level so they know that you know what they're going through. And then I also told them that I had been in their position, but this is what I found from it. This is what I learned from it. Because sometimes when you go that route, I guess you're able to give them a solution or give them an idea that they maybe not have thought of. Because a lot of people think, oh my gosh, Shakeology is so expensive. When in reality, it's really not. If you break it down to $4 a shake, people spend more than that at Starbucks. And they put way too many calories in their body, right? You got to think about it that way. So you're breaking it down, not by coming across as aggressive to them, but by sharing your own personal experience. And it's your own personal story throughout this whole entire business that will create that connection, okay? Another way that I deal with handling objections is to talk about, I don't know about that, but this is what I do know. And what that does is that takes away the responsibility of you having to know exactly what they went through, not to be insensitive, but if they talk about maybe another program through another company or, the training classes that they went through and it didn't work or whatever, you're able to say, I don't know about that. But what I do know is that when I was able to work out at home, get my workout in for 30 minutes, grab a shake, running out the door with one kid under each arm, headed out to the store, I found that it was so much better for my life. And that I found that I was able to see results finally. So again, you're identifying with them and you're telling them that I don't know about that, but I do know about this. So what you see is another emotional connection, that you do know how it's affected your life. And when you share those testimonials with your customers and your challengers, there's so much power behind that, because that is credibility and trust, and you're being open and honest with them. So those are my two best ways to deal with objections. Now, let me repeat myself. You will hear rejections. You will, over and over and over again. But the key point to remember is to never give up, because you will hear a yes at some point. And I promise you, a lot of those no's that you hear in the beginning, will eventually turn into yeses once you are consistent with what you're doing. All right? All right. I hope that helps, guys. Have a great day.